New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. And hello again, dear ones. Dr. Robert with you here on a Friday evening. It's 5 o'clock on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for the good news. I just love when I get to be with you on Friday nights and share some of the good news stories I've dug up from across the internet. And truthfully, I don't have to go far because we get a lot of our stories over at the goodnewsnetwork.org. Those folks do a great job of curating good news in the world. Drop over, visit their website sometime. Let them know that gives them some of the love and appreciation they deserve. So let's get right into it. I love this one. Over in Dallas at Love Field, an intuitive piece of hardware is collecting renewable energy from the airline engine exhausts. So what's happening is when jets sit at the gate before they can push back, the engines are running and warming up, and that creates a lot of man-made wind, is what they call it. And a company called Jetwind has learned how to harness that. And what they've also done is they've been doing testing there for 3 years, since 2021 to 24. And they've now officially deployed their flagship product. It's 13 different pods. What you see there on the screen is a single pod. So it's 13 different pods that sit underneath the gate. They're hooked up to external batteries. Those batteries connect to the grid that the airport uses. Now, they are also energy solar panel. There's solar generation going on as well, and the whole project can create about 30 kilowatt hours of renewable energy per day. Now, it's not enough to run an airport, but it's enough to run a home, and that feeds into the airports into their grid. The Dallas Mayor Tom Leppert said, Dallas Love Field has always been a hub of progress, and the introduction of Jetwind's energy capturing pods reinforces its position as a testing ground for innovative technologies. I believe that is true. Good news coming out of Love Field. Hey, speaking of Love Field, you may notice my sweatshirt today up. Shameless plug for our dear friend Rev Skip. He's got a new show here on the network on Friday mornings, if you haven't heard right now. It's called The High Vibe Hour with his dear friend and new colleague to the network, Reverend Cynthia Breeze. Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain. What a great time. Really good show. And this is his design on his sweatshirt. So big shout out to Rev Skip when you see him. Okay, back into the good news stories for now. Let's get back into it. You know, we talk about garbage a lot. Well, more than 50,000 pounds of trash have been removed from the Arctic. That's it through the year of 2023. Not sure why we're only getting this story now. But there's a unilateral effort that flooded critical northern ecosystems with volunteers working during the brief Arctic summer. Cleanup operations were carried out in Alaska, Greenland, Norway, and Iceland. Nearly 2,000 volunteers enlisted to help across a Treaty of Nations of the Arctic Council, which is an intergovernmental panel of peaceful and sustainable use and the protection of Arctic zones. Now, the council is divided into working groups that address different issues. The annual cleanups have removed over 100,000 pounds of trash between 2021 and 2023. Great work happening in the Arctic Ocean far up north. And there's good. I'm just finding them everywhere. This week was a wealth of really innovative and or in my opinion, like groundbreaking stories. And this one, we don't want to get lost in all the ugly news out there. This one's a really important news. And yeah, it includes Big Pharma introducing the first new class of pain medicine approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in more than 2 decades. Glad to know we haven't taken apart the FDA yet. The FDA has approved the first drug in its class that targets moderate to severe acute pain in adults without being addictive like opioids. Now, opioids have been the standard for over 20 years, and we know the problems they have caused across the nation. Boston-based Vertex Pharmaceuticals is set to sell the twice-daily pill for $15 a dose. Let's not have to get too, I don't want to use too many of that. It's an analgesic, and it works by targeting a pain signaling pathway involving sodium channels in the peripheral nervous system before pain signals even reach the brain. More science than I'm usually used to, folks. But with the approval of Journal-X, a non-opioid pain signal inhibitor, we have the opportunity to change the paradigm of acute pain management and establish a new standard of care. I know it might sound like a drug commercial, but it feels like good news to me and a new way to get people away from those opioids, which again, right now, I think every alternative is a valid alternative in that regard. Now, folks, right now more than ever, the new thought philosophy is important in the world, and how the way we look at things is are shaping the way that things will look in the future. For a long time here on this program, we've talked about wind energy and some of the drawbacks, including what to do with old blades. Well, here's another new innovative idea. A company making wooden wind turbine blades have successfully tested a 50-meter long prototype that's set to debut soon in the Indian and European markets. Now, it's a German firm. They demonstrated that their laminated veneer timber blades could be fabricated, adapted, and installed at a lower cost than existing blades and maintain performance. This is a big deal. We've talked before about the impact of leftover blades on this channel and on this program. Now, in some cases, they've been turned into bridge structures for pedestrian and other type bridges. No true large load-bearing bridges. Now, in the last 15 years, there's been a rapid growth in another industry called mass timber. And this is a state-of-the-art manufacturing technique which sees panels of lumber heat-pressed, cross-laminated, and glued into finished products. These are being used to make skyscrapers, airports, and more, and obviously now blades. Good news. Everywhere we turn, innovation and a new opportunity before us. I love it, folks. Hey, I'm going to take a quick break, put a little water here on my lips, and take a quick break. Let a couple of our sponsors say hello, but please don't go away. Stay with us. We're going to be right back with more of the good news right after these messages.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents the 2025 Season for Nonviolence 64-day meditation series, January 30th through April 4th. Join us as we carry the vision of a world that works for all.
Join our celebration of Black History Month. Only on New Thought Media Network. New videos every day at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, or watch anytime on our YouTube channel. 28 unique Black History moments. Every day in February. Only on New Thought Media Network.
Welcome to Science of Mind Archives, your gateway to spiritual wisdom. Join us for our grand opening gala. Experience a weekend of inspiration. Enjoy a ribbon-cutting ceremony, a gala dinner and workshops, plus a labyrinth walk and town hall. Connect with a community of seekers. Explore spiritual teachings and resources. Find your path to personal growth. Join us from April 24th to 27th. Lodging options are still available. Visit our website www.scienceofmindarchives.com for more details. Please RSVP by March 15th. Featuring Reverend Jesse Jennings, musical inspirations with Karen Drucker, and the spirit of Ernest Holmes. Come celebrate our new home at Unity Village, Lee's Summit, Missouri, and please visit www.scienceofmindarchives.com.
And we're back with more of the good news here on the New Thought Media Network. Thanks for being with me on a Friday night, folks. I think life is good. Hey, here's an interesting story. Horses and humans go blind for similar reasons. And so there is a medicine that might be able to cure both. The cure for this form of blindness is common in horses, but also people the medicine is now undergoing trials. It's an interdisciplinary team from the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, College of Veterinary Medicine, and the College of Medicine Ophthalmology Department. Collectively, they've published findings on an eye drop medicine to treat uveitis, a leading cause of blindness in both horses and humans. The disease amounts to 10% of new blindness and visual handicaps every year and affects around 30,000 people per year. If caught early, medicine can prevent the disease from causing loss of eyesight, but in more advanced cases, the damage is often done and the inevitable effects are irreversible. It turns out that the place where the drug sits to have its effect in the eye is the same in people and in horses, according to one of the study's authors. Good news happening for our horsey friends and for us. And here's just a cute story that I don't know how I missed coming into last week, but I did. It's a kind of a leftover Valentine's Day story. But if you look here, what you're seeing is a collection of pictures that NASA has collected from Mars over the last few years. They've all been captured from the Mars Global Surveyor, and with Valentine's Day, they put them out. So social media lit up with all kinds of cute comments. Mars has secretly been playing Cupid all along. Even the red planet has a soft spot for love. Jet Propulsion Laboratory originally wrote, "Happy St. Valentine's Day from the Mars Global Surveyor and the Mars Orbiter Camera Team." I love the heart shape. Look. And I wonder what it is that does that. There's got to be something unique that causes that, a way a meteor hits or a way something happens. Wow. Hey, folks, we normally every week we do a hero of the week at the end of our program. And this week we found so many stories that we're going to do a hero of the week before we go to break tonight. And then we got a whole lot more when we get back. So we want you to stick around for that. First up, however, is a good news story coming out of Los Angeles County. We've been reporting on good news as we find it coming from the Palisades and Altadena fires. Now, even in the midst of rising egg prices, a California farm has donated over 324,000 eggs to victims of the recent wildfires. 54,000 of those are being given specifically to a charity of chefs and non-profiteers called Gather for Good, which cook meals for first responders and others directly involved in combating the fires. Another donation will be made to Winter Fate Bakes, a Los Angeles bakery that promised to bake birthday cakes for any child who's had lost their home. Now, the donation didn't come out of times of plenty, but times of want. The 100-year-old family-owned Rosemary Farms in Santa Maria has had its flock of hens devastated by bird flu, but it's decided to leverage its sister farm in South Dakota, which has remained unaffected, to make the donation. It's been a struggle not only for us farmers, but for the entire industry. That's Linda Sanpei, who handles marketing for the farm. The flu has taken out so many producers nationwide. With all that's happening in Los Angeles, we believe in community and in giving back. There's no greater time of need than right now for Southern California residents. The more than 300,000 eggs will be transported aboard refrigerated trucks and sent to the Los Angeles Food Bank, which will make sure they're distributed to fire victims. Thank you, dear ones. Part of the solution, part of what's going good in the world. Gotta love it. All right, folks, we're going to take one more quick break. Say thank you to our organizational sponsors and individual donors. However, we'll be back after that with our wrap up. And oh boy, you wait till you see this, a series of hero stories. Going to warm your heart, give you a great kick into the weekend. So we'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center, Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for being part of the New Thought Media Network. Please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our organizational sponsors and individual donors. It's folks like you that are helping us to make this a reality, get this word out about this positive media outlet. All right, we're going to get back into it. Here it is, our heroes of the week. It all starts in Waterton, Wisconsin. A rescue dog named Jagger was being hailed a hero after discovering a nearly frozen man in a Waterton backyard last week. Katie Higgins, Jagger's owner, was taking him to her parents' house when he sensed something was wrong. He comes through the house. The puppy comes through the house as a regular routine. He just kind of checks things out on the deck and in the back. Pretty instantly, he alerted us, and he was barking towards the far corner of the backyard. When Higgins and her parents stepped outside, they were shocked by what Jaeger had found: an unconscious man lying in the snow between the bushes in the back of the house. We looked down and saw this man. He was shocking. Truly, I didn't know if he was alive, Higgins said. When Jaeger barked, the man managed to move his head slightly, prompting Higgins to immediately call 911. The man was suffering from frostbite and was rescued by first responders. He is expected to survive. Jaeger's heroic act has made Higgins even more grateful for the little dog she adopted from the local Humane Society. Good news on the puppy front. Puppy heroes all around. And here's another hero. Well, this one might remain a mystery hero. A Hollywood Hills couple is on a mission to find the Good Samaritan who helped save their longtime home and possibly their entire neighborhood. Now, as the Sunset Fire tore through the area on January 8th, Vince Brocato and his wife Candace were watching from afar on their Ring doorbell security camera. And while they were monitoring the situation, a man showed up in the frame. Now, earlier they had what they thought was a would-be looter on the property, and it scared that person away. This time, Vince called out through his security camera, "Can I help you?" And the man turned and says, "Yes, your house is on fire. Me and a firefighter knocked it down just now." Well, fire engines were nowhere in sight. However, the mystery hero and the firefighter had taken matters into their own hands. I'd been unable to access the patio due to a locked gate and used a neighboring fire hose to battle the flames. It turned out they saved the house and may have saved the neighborhood. The couple lived in the Runyon Canyon area home for more than 30 years and returned to find that their deck had been damaged. Charred wood and melted lattice were testaments to how close the fire came to their home. They're looking for the man in the picture. If you happen to know him or you are him, you're a hero in these folks' eyes. Please come, let it be known who you are. I think they'd like to say thank you. And here's a hero. Oh my gosh. A hero who will be able to hear the thank yous of her father for a long, long time. 11-year-old Vada Carawan from Virginia Beach was recently dropped off by her dad at a Girl Scout meeting where she learned CPR. That was about 2 weeks ago. Well, on a very ordinary day, Vada's father, Clinton Carawan, suddenly collapsed from cardiac arrest. Without hesitation, Vada sprang into action, calling 911, told the dispatcher what was happening, and with incredible composure, started to provide CPR. First responders were able to help, and her father was saved. Clinton's made a full recovery, and he has reflected on his heroic daughter's actions, saying, "I tear up thinking about it every time. It's amazing. I just can't believe it, to be honest." What a great story. Thank you, Tier 1. The Girl Scouts teaching CPR saves a life. That, to me, folks, that's a good story. And it's not even the best one we have tonight. We've got one more. Here is our biggest hero of the week. A bus driver in Wheeling, Illinois is being praised for his quick thinking after spotting a teenager with disabilities outside in dangerously cold weather dressed only in a t-shirt. The teenager, 14-year-old Uriah Briggs, had wandered away from home early Tuesday morning when temperatures had plummeted below zero. His mother, Trey Biggs, immediately knew something was wrong when she noticed the front door unlocked and Uriah's bedroom door open. It was -5. He had no shoes, no pants, and no coat, Briggs said. He was walking through snow and ice. He doesn't know how to cross the street. Uriah, who is nonverbal, was spotted by bus driver Freddie Leon while he was on his regular route. Realizing the severity of the situation, Leon brought the teen onto the bus to warm up and waited for authorities to arrive. Briggs believes Leon's actions prevented serious injury. "I think he saved my son's feet because he was stepping directly on ice and snow, and his hands have blisters from the adventure," she said. Wheeling police officers quickly arrived, but faced a challenge in identifying Uriah due to his communication barriers. Fortunately, the Department of Return Home Safe program. The department has a Return Home Safe program, which maintains a database of identifying information for special needs and nonverbal residents in this case, helped officers reunite Uriah with his family. This is our first real success story, said Sergeant Richard Giltner, who developed the program in 2022. Inspired by his own nonverbal son with cerebral palsy, Giltner created initiatives to assist in cases like Uriah's. While Leon remains humble about his actions, his employer at First Student recognized the extraordinary nature of what he did. Freddie just said that's what people do. And I told Freddie that's the issue. That's not what people do. And Leon, wow, what a story, folks. Good news all around. And at the end of the day, all is well. I want to thank you for being with us here tonight on the New Thought Media Network. We put in a lot of time each and every week, bringing you not only the good news, but all the various programming we do here. Later tonight, we've got Reverend Pastor Michael Mangus with the Fireside Chat, as well as our evening prayers tonight at 8:15. Tomorrow, we've got our Saturday morning Science of Mind and Spirit conversation series. We invite you to join us for that. And our programming is growing by leaps and bounds. If you like what you hear here or like what you see here and you think you might like to help out here, we'd love to chat with you. If you'd like to volunteer a little time each week helping in our programming department, you can just reach out at any of our email addresses or shout out on any of our programming. Best way is there it is, info@ntmedia.org. All right, I'm Dr. Robert. I'm going to get out of here for now, let you get into the rest of your evening. But hey, come on back in just a half an hour. It is Pastor Michael Mangus, Reverend Michael, with the Fireside Chat. Always a great conversation. And I think he does have his sidekick, Reverend Jeff Radcliffe, on the program tonight as well. So it's going to be a great conversation. I promise you that. Join us again next time. But until then, know that we love you and we wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.